Jai Hind, dear students. We are moving to the another topic in marketing management, very important area from the point of view of exam. And the topic for today's discussion is marketing mix. Marketing mix, very important area. So don't forget to watch the video up to the end. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon. And I welcome all of you for my presentation regarding marketing mix. You know very well mix, that is a combination of something. Like the same, marketing mix is the combination of something that includes a combination of four P's. It includes the combination of four P's, the important elements which constitute or which integrates, which combines the marketing process together. The four P's are product, price, promotion, place. So what is marketing mix? Marketing mix is the process of designing and integrating various elements of marketing in such a way to ensure the achievement of organizational objectives. So it is the process of integrating the four P's for the achievement of organizational objectives effectively. The elements of marketing mix are classified into four: the product, price, promotion, and place. That is why the marketing mix again said to be, it is a combination of four P's. So don't forget, it is the process of integrating all the elements in a market for the achievement of organizational objectives. And some authors are classifying marketing mix as a combination of seven P's that include product, promotion, price, place, people, process, physical evidence. So I just want to give an additional knowledge. No need to write in your notebooks because it is not in your syllabus. We have to learn the four P's of marketing mix. That is price, product, place, and promotion. So the different elements including marketing mix already we have learned. The four important elements we are going to learn in detail: what is place, what is the role of product, what is the role of promotion, what is price. So it's very important. These are the four elements: product, price, place or physical distribution, promotion. So we will learn in detail the different aspects related to product, different aspects related to price, place, and promotion in detail. First of all, we have to learn the whole concepts regarding product. Product, you know very well, it is something we are utilizing for satisfying the needs. So goods manufactured by organizations for the end users are called products. The goods manufactured by the business organizations for its end users are called product. It can be two types: tangible products and intangible product. Tangible product and intangible product. Tangible product have some physical appearance. Intangible products, we are using the term service. We are using the term service to represent the intangible product. An individual can see and touch all the type of tangible product, and those which are not feel, which can't see, that is intangible product. A product in a marketplace is something which a seller sells to buyers for the exchange of money. By collecting cash, the seller is exchanging something to the buyer, that is product. So please remember, the first element in marketing mix is product. Second one is related to price. You know very well, price is something which is paid for collecting some product. The money which a buyer pays for a product is called the price of that particular product. The price of a product is indirectly proportional to its availability in the market. Whenever more products are there, price will be low. Whenever there is demand for high product, there will be higher price for that also. So lesser its availability, more would be the price, and vice versa. Remember that. Another element is place. It refers to the location where products are available and can be sold or purchased. So it may be the place of the manufacturer or the selling price of the wholesaler or the selling price of the retailer, like that. Buyers can purchase product either from physical market or from virtual market nowadays. In a physical market, buyers and sellers can physically meet together, interact them, create a better relationship. Then the buyer and seller will exchange the product. But in a virtual market, there is no interaction between the buyer and seller. It will transfer through the different web portals or websites, mobile apps like Amazon, Snapdeal, Flipkart, like that. That is place. And another element is promotion. Another element in the marketing mix is promotion. All these elements we will learn in detail again with its subcomponents. So what is promotion? Promotion refers to the activities which helps for the increase in sale of the product, increase in the sale of its product. So promotion refers to the various strategies and ideas implemented by the marketers to market the end users aware of their brand. Promotion include various techniques like advertising, sales promotion techniques, personal selling, publicity, etc. So the promotion includes various techniques employed to promote and make a brand popular among the mass people. So these are the four elements in marketing mix. My dear students, first of all, we have to learn about what is product, what are the different types of products, and all other aspects related to product. So you know very well already we have learned what is product. That may be a product which is having physical existence or tangible or intangible item, which helps to satisfy the need of a consumer. A human being is known as product. Product may be defined as anything that can be offered to a market to satisfy the needs and wants of the consumers. It is offered for attention, acquisition, use, or consumption. That is the different uses of the product. Product may be broadly classified into two categories: consumers product and industrial product. Consumers product and industrial product. So what is the classification of product? The classification of product, consumers products are classified into two major categories: durable, on the basis of durability and shopping efforts involved. Consumer goods are classified, and on the basis of durability, goods are classified into consumer goods are classified into non-durable goods, durable goods, and services. And the shopping effort, on the basis of the shopping efforts involved, goods are classified into convenience products, shopping products, specialty products. And there is no much classification for industrial product. Let us see what is consumer product. Consumer products are those products which are used for the daily consumption, satisfaction of the needs of the people of their daily consumption. So products which are purchased by the ultimate consumer or user for satisfying their personal needs and desires are referred to as consumer products. The consumer products have been classified into two categories on the basis of the extent of shopping effort needed and on the basis of durability. So remember, the goods which are used for daily consumption are known as consumer products. So on the basis of shopping efforts involved, consumer goods are classified into three. Convenience products. Convenience products. Please look at this picture also. Those consumer products which are purchased frequently, continuously, immediately, with at least time and effort are referred to as convenience goods. The products which are purchased continuously and we are taking only limited time. No, nothing is to decide or nothing to think in detail. That type of products are known as convenience products. For example, cigarettes, ice creams, medicines, newspapers, stationery items, toothpaste. No need to spend much time for thinking whether it is to be purchased or not. We have to purchase as per our needs. So only little time is taken for purchasing these type of products, convenience products. Shopping products, these are the products, consumer goods, and in which the purchase of these type of products, the buyers devote considerable time. More time they will spend for purchasing these type of products, shopping product. And here what we have to do, they are taking much time to compare its quality, price, style, its suitability. A lot of examples are there, which like jewelry items, clothes, shoes, furniture, radio, electronic item, all the things. When we purchase all these things, we will spend more time for purchasing. That is why shopping products. Here we are considering the quality, price, style, and suitability of the product. We will check, we will compare every product. That is why we are taking much time. So shopping product and specialty product. These type of products are coming under shopping efforts involved. Much time we have to spend, and we will go anywhere among the different part of the world where we will get these type of products. Specialty product. Like for best examples are antiques or artwork. Wherever we will go and we will purchase. These products are such products which have reached a brand loyalty of the highest order with a significant number of buyers. The buyers are willing to spend a lot of time and efforts on the purchase of such products. That means they are spending much time, maybe day or few days or weeks. They will travel from one place to another place to purchase this type of product. And best example we can say, if there is a rare collection of artwork or antiques, the people will go by spending more time from a long distance to buy that type of product. So that type of products are known as specialty product. So my dear students, these are the classification coming under consumer products which have been categorized into shopping effort involved. And on the basis of durability, products are classified into three: durable goods, non-durable goods, and services. And what is non-durable goods? Non-durable products. These type of consumer products which are normally consumed in on or few uses. That will be consumed means it will complete. Use of that product will complete maybe one or few uses, continuous uses it will complete. That type of products are known as non-durable products. Best examples are toothpaste, detergents, bathing soap, stationery products. All these things we will complete. Its use will complete within few limited uses, time uses. Okay, and durable products. Durable products which are tangible products, and the use of that product will continue for a long period. Best examples are there. Just look at this picture. TV, refrigerator, washing machine, mobiles, other maybe laptops, printers. All these things are used for a long period. That is why it is known as durable products. And service. Services are intangible product, and that are used for a long time. What of service are there? Communication services, insurance services, watch repairing services, hair cutting services, postal services. Lot of different services are there that are intangible consumer products, and which are used for a long period also. Okay, so these are the classification of products on the basis of durability, durable, non-durable, and services. So that is the classification for the consumer product. Next, I would like to explain concept regarding industrial product. What is industrial product? The products which are used for further production and the machines are other things. Industrial products are those products which are used as inputs in producing other products. So these type of machines are used as input for producing maybe consumer products or any other item. Best examples for such products are raw materials, engines, lubricants, machines, tools, etc. are coming under industrial product. In other words, what we can say, industrial products are meant for non-personal and business use for producing other type of products, maybe consumer products or any other thing. That type of products are known as industrial products. My dear students, please look at the classification of industrial products. On the basis of materials and parts used, we can classify industrial goods into raw materials and manufactured materials and parts. Raw materials are coming with examples like farm products, natural products which are extracting from the nature, and manufacturing materials include component materials and component parts. Especially it is used for the manufacturing, maybe TV, computer, car, like that. You know the classification you have learned in the first year in business studies industry. That is the examples. And capital, on the basis of capital item, we can classify the industrial goods into two: installations, machineries like that, and equipments. And on the basis of supplies and business services, industrial goods are classified into two: maintenance and repair items and operating supplies. So all these are the examples and the types of industrial goods. Please keep in your mind only the classification, and this diagram also please create as a mind map. So these are the classification regarding product. Product may be classified into consumer products and industrial product. And it is the concept which is related to product, because every time one consumer will give more preference for branded product. So we have to know what is branding, what is brand, what is trademark, and what is the use of brand, what are the qualities of a good brand. Before that, what is brand? Branding is the process used to create a distinct identity of a product from other companies' product. So in simple sentence, we can say branding is the process it used to create a distinct identity in the form of a word or in the form of a picture or in the form of any other images, whatever it may be, that helps to distinct one company's product from another company. That is known as branding. It is the process of using name, term, symbol or design individually or in the some combination of name and symbol, like that. Best example we can say, a lot of examples are there. LG, life is good, that is the expansion. The LG, that letters are used as its trademark, also the brand name, like that. So brand, what is brand? It may be a name, term, sign, design or some combination of all these things which are used to identify one company's product, which are used to differentiate one company's product from other competitors' product. So the process of creating such type of brand is known as branding. Please keep in your mind. And what are the best qualities needed for a good brand name? Every time people will prefer short brand names, easy to pronounce, spell and remember, easy to remember also. First examples are there: Rin, Vim, Pond's, very easy to remember when we go to a shop also. And second quality, it must be suggest the product benefit and quality. When we hear the product name or brand, it must suggest the benefit. Like Samsung, we can come into the category what maybe some electronic products, TV, washing machine, computer, mobile, like that. And it must be distinctive. Distinctive means it must be different from other companies' brand name. And also it must be adaptable to packaging or labeling requirements. Must be in a small size. Adaptable means we can easily paste that type of brand names in the top of the packages and the product covers. Okay, so that is the thing. And it must be versatile to accommodate new products. We have to use that type of quality also, and also capable of being registered. We have to register the brand name. Registered brand names are known as trademark. And have staying power. Staying power means that must be continue for a long time in the market. not get outdated very quickly or easily. So please remember all these qualities which are required for a good brand name. When you create it for your product also, you have to keep in your mind what is a brand and what are the qualities. Let us look at the different advantages of branding. The advantages are classified, the first one, advantages to the marketers. So, what is the first one? It enables product differentiation. Brands helps to differentiate one firm's product from other companies' product. That is, it helps or enables product differentiation. Another one is what? It helps in advertising and display programs. So brand names, you know very well when we watching the different programs in TV, lot of companies are sponsoring. At that time, that logo or the simple word that will help to introduce the companies and in that particular platform, maybe in mobile or internet or in TV programs, that brand will help in advertising and displaying that particular company's product. And also, the advantages to the marketers include differential pricing. On the basis of that branded product, the company can charge different pricing type of pricing they can charge. Different product, different prices. As per the competing product price also they can charge maybe high price or low price. And it is easy for the introduction of a new product in the market. It is very easy for the introduction of a new product in the market through brand names. And also there is some advantages to the customers. It helps in the easy identification of the particular product they are demanding. So brand names helps for the easy identification of one company's product for the consumers, and also it helps the consumers for ensuring quality product, purchasing that product having much quality. And it is always a status symbol. Wearing branded textiles, shoes, or keeping branded mobiles, Apple like that will be a status symbol for the consumers, common. So these are the advantages of branding to the consumers. Then what is trademark? As I told earlier, the trademarks are the registered brand names. Once the brand name is registered as per the legal formality, that will be known as trademark. A brand or a brand part of the brand that is given legal protection is called a trademark. The protection is given against the use by other firms. So the registered brands are not able to copy by any other people without the permission of the original seller. The firm which got its brand registered gets the exclusive right to use it. No other can copy it or use it. In that case, no other firm can use such a name of mark in the company. So that type of words, symbols, design are known as brand, and if it is registered, that is known as trademark. That is regarding brand. And what is packaging, what is the use of packaging, and what are the different types of packaging. It is related to the product mix. You know very well, packaging refers to creating attractive packages or containers which helps the consumers for easy carry to their home. What is packaging? It refers to the act of designing and producing the container or wrapper of a product. It plays a very important role in the marketing success or failure of many products. Particularly, the consumer and non-durable products requires good and attractive packages for its promotion also. So every time it helps for the easy transfer of products from one place to another. And the different levels of packaging includes three types of packaging. Primary package, that is used for keeping the product very safely. It refers to product immediate container. But we can say the plastic coverage of Colgate toothpaste. Plastic coverage, the container, small container, that is the primary package. And what is secondary package? It refers to the additional layer of protection that are kept till the product is ready to use. What is the secondary package in Colgate? Another paper cover with the designs, logos, labels, everything. Its name, everything. That is that cover, paper cover, that is known as secondary package. Additional layer of protection for the product. And transportation package, you know very well. Nowadays, we are purchasing a lot of products from online platforms. Suppose we are purchasing product from Amazon or Flipkart, any website, they will give additional layer of package for the transportation of product from one place to another. So transportation package refers to the further packaging components necessary for storage, identification and transportation of that product from one place to manufacturer's place to the place of consumer. So my dear students, these are the different levels of packaging. Please remember primary package, secondary package, transportation package. And the different functions of packaging includes one, product identification. What is product identification? Already we have discussed the packaging helps the consumers to identify the different companies' products which they need, which satisfy their needs and wants. And second, protection. Second function is protection. It helps to protect the product for a long time, up to the time when the consumer starts its consumption. So the main function of packaging is to provide protection of the product from dirty insects and breakages. And convenience. Convenience means it provides convenience to carry from one place to another, or stocking, or keeping safely, like that. So only through packages we can conveniently, without breaking the product, we can conveniently transfer it from one place to another place. And the product promotion is another factor. Whenever there is an attractive container or any something, boxes, we will purchase that type of product. Suppose oats. Oats are coming in plastic container and plastic covers. But which one we will prefer? Most probably we will prefer that container. But they are charging more charges, more amount than the covering, paper cover or plastic cover. Okay, so that is product promotion. Packaging simplifies the work of sale promotion also. It attracts a lot of customers. So these are the functions of packaging. Please remember all that points. Lot of advantages are there. Advantages are there for packaging. First one is it rising standard of health and sanitization. The first advantage related to the product packaging is it has chances of adulteration in such goods are there in the product through through proper packaging. Company can reduce that type of malpractices, and they can keep always the standard for that product without misusing that contents after it is opening. So through packaging we can reduce that type of malpractices, and it is very much usable for self-service, especially self-services outlets like margin-free supermarkets. There we have to take that, we have to take the products as per our own wish, and the billing process will be carried on some other places. Up to that place, we have to carry the product. So some of the traditional role assigned to personal setting with regard to promotion has gone through the packaging. Directly we can transfer to the product consumers. And innovational opportunities are there through packaging. We can bring attractive packages for the products. So innovation on packaging used to market product in different ways through the different containers they are creating, which attract the consumers. And last advantage is what? Product differentiation. Already you know very well, it packages, the special type of packages helps to differentiate one company's product from another company's product. So my dear friends, these are the concepts regarding packaging. And the last concept related to product mix is labeling. Already we have learned what is the different type of product, what is brand, what is trademark, and what is the use of packaging, and now it is labeling. So labeling means what? creating a small sticker which includes all the details regarding the company's products, its expiry date, and after creation it will be pasted on the top of the product or on the package. So labeling means putting identification marks on the package. Label is a carrier of information and provides information like name of the product, name of the manufacturer, contents of the product, expiry and manufacturing date, general information for the use, weightages, legal formalities, legal informations. Lot of items are there. All the informations will be there in the top of that product only through the attractive labels created. That will be pasted on the product container or the wrapper or any package. So remember, it helps to identify, and also consumer education is also possible because lot of information is there regarding that particular product. Its ingredients also will be there. Sometimes there will be how instruction regarding how to use the product. So please remember all that things. So my dear students, these are the different functions of labeling. Like what we said, it helps for the easy identification of one company's product, and that helps which the consumers will prefer that type of product which will satisfy their needs. And the label describes the product and specify its content. All the details regarding the product, how the product is created through the different ingredients, that will be there in the label. And every time these labels helps for grading the product on the basis of the different mark and ISI mark. It helps for the grading also. Sometimes you know very well in the label there will be a green mark, red mark, and a small yellow rounds will be there. That shows the danger or the poison level of product. How much danger is that? And helps in promotion of product. Every time the label pasted on the product, which helps for giving more information regarding the product, and it helps for easy promotion of the product through the consumers, and also provides a lot of information required by the law. The statutory declaration, like cigarette smoking is injurious to health, liquor drinking is injurious to health. Like that also, don't keep the product in some spaces. Means some sparking area like that. So we are getting lot of information from the label regarding that particular product, especially some legal information. All these things are coming under label, and these are the important functions of label. I hope it is very clear for you. Today we have learned what is marketing mix and the four elements of marketing mix: price, place, promotion, and physical distribution. Price, promotion, place, and physical distribution, and product. Okay, so four elements are there. Out of that, we have learned only product. In the next class, we will learn what is price mix, promotion mix, and place mix. I hope this video is very useful for you. If you are feeling useful, please share with your friends. Thank you for your subscription and thank you for your support. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.